Hi, this is Trey Pastor, and welcome to my part 9 of my Blu Ray / DVD collection. And this is the last, um, I guess, row in the shelves for the items over there. And hopefully, I can upload these two that I just did. I did 8, and this is 9. So hopefully, tomorrow I can start on that shelf, which has actually more movies and more Blu Rays over there. So I'm just finishing up this shelf. Okay, I hope you're enjoying me. Having fun showing it off, showing off my collection. Anyway, let's start right with it. Okay, this one is a DVD, a 10 set that I actually got from, again, the YouTuber I talked about in my last video, Swap Meet Searcher, or Nick, who's a great fellow YouTuber, used to make videos and spectacular collection. Then he stopped making videos. I think he closed his channel because he doesn't make videos anymore. I've subbed him and stuff, and he stopped making videos for whatever reason. I don't know. Hopefully he'll come back. But he was a great fellow YouTuber anyway. This is a 10 that he sent me. He knew I was a big Western fan, John Wayne fan, and it comes with this little booklet. This is early John Wayne films before he, I guess, blew up to be a star. And he said he found this in a one of these pawn shops. He was famous for going to pawn shops. Okay, and it has all these Westerns. See, it's like a, there we go. There we go, like that. That's nice. He got that for me. I really, truly appreciate it because I'm a big John Wayne fan, and he got that for me, and I really appreciate that. Okay, like I said, comes with this great little booklet that comes with it. Okay, early John Wayne westerns. Okay, and it tells you a bunch of the movies that are on there and stuff, and it comes in this cool tin, which I actually love. Okay. Now this is a burnt copy of the Muppets that I got. I have the Blu Ray of this, but I absolutely love this movie. Okay. Okay. And then we have a DVD copy of young adult Charlize Theron, who was really good in this. She plays this. I think she's an actress, and she comes back to her small town to try to hook up with her ex-boyfriend. She's a fading actress, and she comes back to try to hook up with her boyfriend, who's basically already married and involved with somebody else. But that's her big plan, to come back and win him back. But it's a really good performance by her and Patton Oswalt, and who else is in this? What's his name? Brad? Not Brad. What's his name? What's his name? Jesus. Not Pat. Yeah, Patrick Wilson. I was trying to remember his name for a minute. Okay, this is the DVD copy of Rango. I have the Blu Ray, but I like this animated movie, Johnny Depp Western. Okay, and this is a funny comedy, Paul, about these two British guys that come over here, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and they run into this alien voiced by Seth Rogen, and it's a really funny comedy. And I got a box set of it up there that you can't see, that I got from a great fellow YouTuber for my birthday, from Mick, who gave me that as well. I won in the contest. Amarate666, I can remember his name for a minute. Anyway, Mystery Midnight in Paris is written and directed by Woody Allen. I haven't watched this yet. It has a good cast: Kathy Bates, Adrian Brody, Carla Bruna, Marion Cotillard, Rachel Adams, Michael Sheen, and Owen Wilson. I haven't watched this yet, but I got it because I think I paid like $3 for it. But I got it because it's supposed to be good, and I'll watch it eventually. In that same store, I got Dr. Zhivago, which is supposed to be a classic, which I haven't watched, about the Russian Revolution. Omar Sharif, Julie Christie. It's supposed to be a real, classic. So I got it. Like I said, I paid $7 for it. Isn't it good? And then I did a review of this movie a long time ago. It really impressed me how good this movie was. The road about, I think, the post-apocalyptic future where everything's bleak and everybody's fighting for survival. And Viggo Mortensen, he plays the father, who protects his son, Cody Smith McPhee. Robert Duvall's and Charlize Theron. And it's a really powerful film, really harsh, to really get to you, real emotion about this father and son that trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic future. And of course, what more can you say about Drive? Ryan Gosling, great soundtrack, killer soundtrack. Albert Brooks is in this as well. Great movie. Okay. And then, of course, we have Raging Bull, Robert De Niro, a classic movie. He plays Jake LaMotta. Okay, Out of Control, Joe Pesci's in this as well. Kathy Moriarty. Fantastic movie. Okay, and then we have the horror classic, Night of the Living Dead, black and white. George Romero, first zombie movie that he did. A classic, black and white. We're coming to get you, Barbara. And then we have Last King of Scotland, where Forrest Whitaker plays Idi Amin, and And what's his name is in this as well. What's his name? I can't remember his name. James McAvoy. He plays a doctor. He ports over there, and it just shows him out of control. And he won Academy Award because Forrest Whitaker is downright scary in this movie. And then of course we have Real Steel starring Hugh Jackman. This is the Blu Ray and DVD. I love this movie. This is really fun about a washed up boxer that's, you know, he basically, him and his estranged son, I think it's his son, yeah, they picked up this junk robot and basically trained it to fight in these robot wars, and it's a really good movie, really a lot better than I thought it would be when I saw the preview. Okay, Lawrence of Arabia is a classic. I got the Blu Ray. This is like the DVD, like a 2-disc set or something. Yeah, 2-disc set, and it comes in this little booklet. Whenever 7 Academy Awards. And I thought a fact of this movie is that there's no women in this movie at all on screen. There's no women. I think that's a fact. I read somewhere. Okay, and then we have, of course, my favorite series, which is now going to be a movie. Okay, I bought these for $9.99, even though they say $49 on it. Veronica Mars, Kristen, what's her name? Kristen Bell. I'm sorry, Jesus. This is the first season. Okay, where she had to find the mystery of who killed her best friend Lily. Okay, and then this is season 2. Okay, and then season 3, the complete third and last season. Okay, and now of course they're making a movie about Veronica Mars, which should come out. I did a trailer review. Okay, now moving on. Okay, now we have, these are the snapper cases. Okay, we have Superman the movie. Okay, I think I have this movie on VHS, DVD, and of course on the Blu Ray set, Superman. But anyway, this is Superman the movie that may convince you that a man can fly. Christopher Reeve was gold in that, and Superman 2 even better. Well, he has to fight, you know, General Zod, again, snapper case. Okay, love those snapper cases. Okay. Okay, then we have comedy, Switch, Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston, where Jason Bateman is like the best friend with Jennifer Aniston, and of course he's in love with her, but she doesn't see him as that, and she's hung up on what's his name, Patrick Wilson, and of course he manages to, and she's going to get herself impregnated, but he manages to switch the sample, and then years later it picks up again. I got this in a pawn shop, that's why it still has that little sticker on there. This is really good. I like that. Okay, and then this is a really underrated movie. This is called Saved, starring Jenna Malone, Mandy Moore, Macaulay Culkin, and Patrick Furgan, and also, what's this? Susan Sarandon's daughter. What's her name in this movie? Eva Amarai, and it's basically about this good girl, Mary, Jenna Malone, and her best friend Hillary Faye, Mandy Moore. Okay, they basically go to this Christian high school. Okay, and Macaulay Culkin plays like he's like the crippled brother of Mandy Moore, and he basically starts a relationship with Eva, you know, this chick right here who's Susan Sarandon's daughter, but it's mostly about Jenna Malone. She plays this good girl who gets pregnant by a boyfriend, and then she meets Patrick Fugger, and it's a really sweet comedy, and it's comedy drama. It's an entertaining movie. It's really underrated. Okay, people don't talk about it enough. It's a really good movie. And then this is Soul Survivors. I got this mostly because I love Alicia Duska, okay, who played Faith on Buffy, and it's supposed to be about this world of danger. I don't even know what it's about, to be honest. After night at partying, college freshman Cassie, Melissa Sidwell, and her friends are involved in a Blake Parks, and it turns into a horrifying tale of supernatural, overwhelmed by starting hallucinations. As she grip on reality slips further, she begins a desperate race against time to learn who her real friends are, who wants her dead, and who will be the sole survivor. Yeah, I think I might have seen this a while ago. That's why I got it, but for the life of me, I can't remember what the story was about. Okay, but I mostly got it because at least this guy played, Faith. And this is the 40-Year-Old Virgin. And believe it or not, I haven't seen this movie all the way from beginning to end. I've seen clips on this. Okay, mostly. Like I said, I love Steve Carell, and one day I have to watch it from beginning to end. Okay, I've seen clips for this. Okay, and I got the DVD. Okay, and then we have V for Vendetta, which is a great movie. Natalie Portman, Hugo Weaving, John Hurt. What's that holiday? Folks. What the hell? I can't remember. Why can I never remember the holiday? It's the British holiday. Guy Fawkes holiday, right? Basically, it's in the future where this guy basically terrorizing the strict society and basically plotting revenge. Okay, and so really, Hugo Weaving is fantastic in this movie. Okay, okay, and then now we have this great romantic comedy, Imagine Me and You, starring Lita Headey and Piper Povер and Matthew Good. A really sweet story about this couple that's getting married, and she actually on the day of the wedding she meets this florist who's doing the flowers for her wedding, and then she has this instant connection with her, and it's a really sweet movie, basically about her having feelings for this person she meets on her wedding day, and it's really sweet and romantic and fun comedy, very underrated. Okay, and then we have Dungeons and Dragons. Not a very good movie. Okay, the best thing about this movie is what's his face? I can't remember his name. Jeremy Irons. He's the best thing about this movie. The movie's pretty forgettable. And then we have a nice cult movie which I actually really like, Starship Troopers. Denise Richards. What's the guy's name? Casper Van Dyne, and Dina Mera, Jake Busey, Neil Patrick Harris, Patrick Muldoon, Mike Ironside. Really good movie about these space marines that have to fight these giant bugs, and it's really, really good. Directed by Paul Verhoeven, right? Yep, Paul Verhoeven. Yep, really good movie. I think maybe 2 more movies, or maybe might be 3 more movies after that. Anyway, Youth and Revolt, Michael Cera, and this is about this movie actually is not what it made out to be. I mean, they made it seem like this guy was like a loser who can get women, but he pretty much got the girl. But it's a comedy, and it's funny. Yeah, a good performance. Justin Long in this, and Zach Galifianakis is in it. Yeah, he's in there. But it's actually a pretty funny movie. Okay. Youth and Revolt. Okay, Monty Python, The Meaning of Life. I absolutely love this movie. I love the Pythons, Monty Python, and it's a really good story about basically the meaning of life. And it's actually quite funny. A lot of funny skits in this. Okay. And why is this thing rattling around? Okay, because it's not in the thing. Oh, because the thing broke. That's why it's rattling around. Okay. Okay, now we have season 2 of the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles, which I actually loved this show when it was on. This is a burnt DVD copy. I absolutely loved this show when it was on. Got canceled again way too soon. Lita Headey. What's her name? I can't remember her name. Summer Glau and Thomas Dekker. Really, really good show. It only lasted like 2 seasons on Fox. Okay, and then we have 4 Weddings and a Funeral. There we go. It has this nice slip cover. Got this in the pawn shop. Okay, comedy. What's his name? Hugh Grant, Kristen Scott Thomas, Annie McDowell. Really sweet comedy. Romantic comedy. Then we have the big hit. Okay, which is Mark Wahlberg, Lou Diamond Phillips, Christine Applegate, Anthony Sabato Jr. about these junior hitman. It's really a fun action movie. Then we have ATL starring T.I. and a young, what's his name? You got Laura London in this, and what's his name? Let's call it son, Diana Ross. What's his name? Evan Roth was in this as well too. Okay, they play him and T.I. play brothers. It takes place in Atlanta. Then we have The Whole 9 Yards. Nice comedy starring Bruce Willis, Matthew Perry. Okay, got this for the pawn shop as well. And I think Matthew Perry's character is like a dentist, and I think he falls for what's called Bruce Willis's wife, and it's a really funny comedy. Michael Clark Duncan's in this as well. As a hitman, it's funny. And then Mysterious Skin. This is a really good movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, early Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Michelle Trachtenberg, Elizabeth Shue. And I did a review of this on my channel. I don't remember what it's about. It's a story about these 2 boys, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and this gentleman right here. They play together on a Little League team, and then certain things happen, and then they flash forward like 10 years, and they're living totally, different lives and stuff, and they kind of flash back to what happened to them and why they act the way they do in the present day. Really underrated movie, Mysterious Skin. Really, really good. I think this is coming on Blu Ray this year. And Albert Nobbs, starring Glenn Close, Mia Wasikowska, Aaron Johnson, and Janet McTeer. There we go. And it's basically about Albert Nobbs. He's actually, spoiler, actually a woman who dresses up like a man to earn money, and she has this dream of basically opening up the shop. Okay, and of course she falls for Mia Wasikowska because she can't do anything in society unless she has like a proper wife, and she basically tries to make an agreement with her. And it's, the way this movie ends sucks. Let's put it that way. Okay, this movie didn't turn out to be what I thought it would be in terms of this movie, but I guess it makes a good movie. But it kind of didn't end the way you thought it would end, or the ending sucked, in my opinion. Okay, so, Joyride. This stars Steve Zahn, Paul Walker, and the late Paul Walker and Leah Sabowski, about these two guys that they basically get hunted by this mysterious trucker they can't see, and it's a really good suspense movie. Okay, and of course we have Tom Hanks and a special 2-disc edition of Castaway, about a guy who gets stranded. Wilson. Okay, there's Wilson on the back there. Okay. Okay, and now the next thing is The Incredible Hulk, which I was a big fan of this TV show. It has this nice particular cover. David Banner, the Hulk. David Banner, the Hulk. Okay, this is season 4. Okay, I should have got the other seasons. I bought this, I think, for like $9. And I think there's only 5 seasons. I should get the other 5 seasons because I'm a big fan of the Incredible Hulk TV show. I love that show growing up. And I bought this off the street from somebody that was selling it, I think, for like $10. The complete first season of Wonder Woman. There's Linda Carter in all her glory. Okay, and if this opens up. Yep, hold on. There we go. Da, 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 da. First season, I think, was the best for this show. Absolutely fantastic. Linda Carter was gorgeous, and I love that they set the show during World War II. It was great. Okay, and then I'm a big wrestling fan, so here we have Bret Hart. Okay, Hitman, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Okay, 3-disc special edition. There you go, the Hitman, Bret Hart. Okay, this opens up, I think, yeah. There we go. Bret Hart, my man, that's my man. Bret Hart, best there is, best there was, the best there ever will be. And then we have the Animal, Batista, who's back actually in the WWE now. Came back this month. Now Walk Alone, he has one of the best theme songs ever. There's Batista. And he's also going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy as well. Okay, there we go. There's the Animal, Dave Batista. Okay, there we go. Opens up like that. I walk alone, baby. And then we have my main man, the Undertaker. The man from Death Valley. There we go. Can't do my eyes like that. Like he does that with his eyes. I can't do that when he makes his eyes go in the back and roll in the back of his head. I wish I could do that. But anyway, the Undertaker, one of the deadliest guys ever to wrestle. There we go. And this opens up like this too. The Dead Man. Okay. And I'm wondering who he's going to fight this year in WrestleMania. Will it be John Cena or Brock Lesnar? And then we have another wrestling thing. The greatest stars of the 90s. There we go. The Undertaker, Steve Austin, The Rock, and Bret Hart. There you go, 3-disc special edition. There's Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels on the back. You have this opens up like this. And you have Hogan, Undertaker, Razor Ramon, and Diesel, Big Van Vader, Shawn Michaels, Yokozuna, and Sting. And there we go. Nice 3-disc edition. There you go. Okay, and then we have 7. Okay, this is an edition I got. A fellow YouTuber sent this to me, and I can't remember his name to save my life. Okay, he sent this to me. I love 7. I have several different versions of 7. Okay, and this is a 2-disc special edition. Okay, and I absolutely love the movie 7. This is a movie that I saw, and I remember it stayed with me for a week. That's how memorable that movie was. Okay, another wrestling thing. Okay, LA Powers, the world's greatest tag teams. Haha, there we go. Generation X, Edge and Christian. If I can't remember Jesus, I can't remember these guys. Can't remember their name. Excuse me. The Hardy Boys, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. What's these young punks that name the last ones? The Miz and what's his face? Jesus, I can't remember his name. I can't remember. John Morrison, that's who that was. Anyway, there's some more pictures, some more great tag teams. Opens up. Again, like I said, I'm a big wrestling fan, so I want to get those. Okay, and then my man, Jeff Hardy. There we go. I absolutely love Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was part of the Hardy Boys, of course, and he broke out on his own and became real popular and won the title. But then, he kind of, got kind of hooked on drugs and stuff. But I think they said he straightened his life out now, so hopefully he'll come back to the WWE eventually, because he was a great competitor, high flyer, risk taker. Okay, there we go. Let's open this up. There we go. Jeff Hardy. He was the man back then. Always. See, I like that. See, look at that. That's another. I'm taking a nice little swan dive. I like that. Because Jeff Hardy was the man. Yeah. Okay, and okay, here we go. Okay, Wonder Woman. This is the animated movie. Wonder Woman was a decent movie. Okay, Iron Robot. This is a burned DVD copy of it. Iron Robot. Okay, Batman Dead End, which I got at a comic book convention. This is like a fan-made movie about Batman. Okay. And these 4 movies are more movies I got from, Seduction Cinema, that's what it was. Girl Explores Girls, The Alien Encounter. Again, just an erotic movie, that's all it is. Okay. Again, Natasha, again, another one of these erotic movies. And then this is probably one of the better one of these, erotic movies. This is called Erotic Witch Project, Collector's Edition, about these 3 girls that go out to the woods, looks like the original Blair Witch Project, except this is with 3 girls, 3 hot girls. Okay. And this is actually, for what it's worth, pretty decent, actually. And then, of course, we have Erotic Survivor, with Survivor basically with hot girls. Okay, that's all that is. Okay, and then we have, of course, a burnt copy of Daredevil. Okay, and there it is right there. And that's it for that cabinet. That's it. So that's it. So stay tuned for, I guess it would be part 10, because I did part 8 already, and this is part 9. So then part 10 will be over there for that cabinet. So this cabinet's finished off. So that's it. So let me know what you think of the titles. Feel free to leave comments down below. It's Trey Passer saying so long and take care.